Welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So let's move straight into the video. Interesting facts about the Queen Elizabeth II. 1. She was homeschooled. While Her Eminence was well versed in foreign affairs, religion, constitutional history, and law, she never attended school nor did she hold a college degree. Rather than matriculating at an institution alongside kids her age, the Queen, who during her formative years was known as Princess Elizabeth, and her younger sister Princess Margaret, who died in 2002 at age 71, were homeschooled by Britain's best tutors including Henry Martyn, who went on to become Provost of Eton College. The rising Queen's courses in religion were led by the Archbishop of Canterbury, and she learned to speak fluent French from her various governesses. 2. She carried ironed money. The Queen, who oversaw the royal family's $50 billion net worth, almost never carried money unless it was an ironed and folded banknote to be given as an offering at church. Elizabeth, who oversaw the royal family's vast fortune, almost never carried money unless it was an ironed and folded banknote to be given as an offering at church. Queen Elizabeth rarely graced any scene sans one of her signature lawn or black leather handbags. And while it was rumored that Her Majesty never carried cash in her purses, she reportedly always toted an ironed and folded banknote for church service collections. Owing to the fact that her face is plastered on bills in at least 33 countries, money was never an issue for the Queen who, as the top executive of the royal family, was said to be valued at approximately $50 billion or $10 billion more than Coca-Cola. In 2015, it was reported that she even dropped a cool $8 million on a sprawling 3-bedroom apartment in Midtown Manhattan. 3. She used rationing coupons to buy her wedding dress. All dressed in white for her betrothal to Prince Philip at Westminster Abbey on November 20, 1947, the would-be Queen of England donned a dazzling fit and flare gown by Norman Hartnell, which she purchased with post-World War II rationing coupons. Owing to the country's lingering financial crisis in the years after the war, the British government introduced rationing coupons to ensure that each citizen had access to fair shares of food, goods, and materials including the silks, tulle and chiffon used to create Her Majesty's big day finery. 4. She didn't have a driver's license. Queen Elizabeth II first learned to drive at 18 while working as a mechanic during World War II. Although the royal chauffeur was dutifully at her beck and call, the Queen fancied tossing on a pair of chic sunglasses and a silk Hermes headscarf, and jumping behind the wheels of her beloved Jaguar or Range Rover for a joyride. However, she never held a driver's license. In 1944, at the age of 18, then Princess Elizabeth insisted on joining the army and learned how to drive as a mechanic for the Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service during World War II. Her Highness was not required to have a license plate on her cars or a passport for international travel. 5. She liked cocktails and champagne even in the morning. Her Eminence enjoyed a swig or two, and she kicked off each day with a gin cocktail and ended her evenings with a dry martini. Whether day or night, the Queen liked a drink. And as a salute to the sun, the monarch would knock back a smooth gin and Dubonnet cocktail with lemon and ice each morning, former royal chef Darren McGrady revealed in 2017. It's likely a drink hit the spot after being startled awake by the screeching clamor of bagpipes. As the day progressed, Her Royal Highness washed down her lean protein lunch, a meal during which grilled fish, chicken, or dove was the main delectable with a glass of wine or champagne. And before resting her crown after a long day of reigning and ruling, Queen Elizabeth would top off her evenings with a dry martini and another bubbly splash of champagne. 6. She wanted a speaking role with Bond. Queen Elizabeth bonded with legendary James Bond portrayer Daniel Craig while starring opposite the actor in a 2012 London Olympics vignette. The silver-haired sovereign made a cameo opposite actor Daniel Craig as James Bond in the opening visuals of the 2012 London Olympics. When the director of the 007-centric skit requested the Queen's permission to use her likeness, Her Majesty countered the inquiry with an offer to not only appear in the clip, but to also take on a speaking role, royal dresser Angela Kelly revealed in her 2019 memoir, The Other Side of the Coin, The Queen, the Dresser, and the Wardrobe. For the production, the Queen masterfully recited her line, "Good evening, Mr. Bond," before she and the debonair spy boarded a helicopter. A couple of Elizabeth's beloved corgi pups managed to make their way into the short film, too. 7. She tricked people with her hats. A fashionista with flair, Queen Elizabeth was known to punctuate her boldly colored ensembles with an equally eye-catching hat. And royal milliner Rachel Trevor Morgan, based in St. James's, London, was responsible for crafting each headpiece. But Elizabeth's penchant for vibrantly ornate caps wasn't solely rooted in her zest for haute couture. The hats were for the people. She needs to stand out for people to say they saw a bit of the Queen's hat as she went past, said the monarch's daughter-in-law Sophie, Countess of Wessex, in the documentary The Queen at 90. However, according to her royal dresser, Elizabeth didn't want chatty Cathas in and around Buckingham Palace to know what color outfit or accessories she planned to wear to an important event. Thus, she planted an array of decoy hats throughout her estate in order to keep key details of her forthcoming looks a mystery. 8. She was ruler of mute swans, whales and dolphins. With an enormous heart for animals, Queen Elizabeth owned well over 30 corgis, and even bred them herself. She initially fell in love with the four-legged darlings after her father, King George VI, acquired the royal family's first corgi, Dookie, in 1933. Later, when her sister Princess Margaret's dachshund Pipkin mated with one of the Queen's corgis, Her Majesty was credited with helping to create the Dorji hybrid. An avid animal love, Queen Elizabeth owned a menagerie of pets, including 30 Welsh corgi pups. Lover. In addition to her affinity for pups, a passion that earned her the role as patron of the Dogs Trust Canine Welfare Organisation in the UK, Queen Elizabeth also owned every variety of mute swan, whale, and dolphin within her territory. Since the 12th century, the Crown has claimed ownership of all mute swans in the country because the birds were highly valued as a delicacy at banquets and feasts, per Reader's Digest. And a prevailing legal statute, dating back to 1324, permits that England's rulers shall have whales and sturgeons taken in the sea or elsewhere within the realm. Under this law, whales and dolphins are revered as fishes royal. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. If you have already subscribed, thank you.